From the KATC Weatherland, here's Rob's forecast.
Welcome back. Well, it is official today. The heat wave we've seen since the beginning of June has set the all-time record going back to 1893 for the number of 90-degree plus days. And we've had a slew of them, 59 days at count. And we're probably going to have another 10 to 15 minimum before we see a good chance of storms that knocks those temperatures down into the 80s for a high. Don't see that happening anytime soon. So let's get into it and take a look at the big picture. And high pressure continues to be the dominant feature, and when it's sitting right overhead, such it is over Louisiana, it permits very few showers and thunderstorms. You can see the storm track this afternoon pretty much east and northeast of the region, and as we look at the surface features, you do have some storminess and some severe weather threats in the lee of the Rockies, and then across the southeast U.S. where these storms are rolling into a hot and humid environment. We have a disturbance or two in this northwest flow aloft, and hopefully as we get into next week, we'll see that big ridge, the upper ridge of high pressure retrogress to the west. So we might have a chance of those type of afternoon storms rolling in from the northwest. As for the typical daily dousings that we normally see in the summertime, don't see that coming anytime soon, but we will see better rain chances about a week down the road. Now, as we scan all the regional Doppler radars, all is relatively quiet close to home. Power Doppler 3 spying on a few isolated showers, one that's cooling off our friends in around the Amelia Morgan City area. Hey, you're getting some rain. That is good news there. The heaviest part of the shower down in the swampy areas as you get into the wetlands, but maybe a little gusty wind here with this cell as it continues to move westward toward Morgan City, and looks like some action there, at least for the very few, some shower activity. You can see on the enhanced activity where those strong storms are and where they're about to erupt as we get to the lee of the Rockies. As we examine the Gulf of Mexico, the Caribbean, it is clean, it is quiet across the entire Atlantic basin. High pressure in charge, that one system getting absorbed by an upper level trough off to the north. But as we go over toward Africa, we're starting to see some of these waves starting to shape up nicely. And one wave that's come off the coast looked really good this morning. It's a tropical wave for sure, but doesn't have much of a future based on all the model data that we're seeing. We track this moisture right here, and it kind of gets broken apart. It works its way westward across the Atlantic, but notice the Gulf of Mexico not seeing that moisture. It works its way toward the east coast in the 10-day period. So we don't see anything bothering us in the tropics, at least for 2 weeks, maybe more. We'll keep our fingers crossed on that part. And 2 weeks, we're 2 weeks away from the beginning of the height of hurricane season. So we'll just keep it quiet and keep it that way, and we'll take the heat. 78 the low tonight. Tomorrow back into the low 100s. The model's going 102. We'll go about 100 to 101 for your high tomorrow. Upper 70s to near 80 Saturday morning, and we can only bring this model to 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon, and notice already at 98 degrees, so it is going to be awfully hot. Here are your forecast highs. Once again, 100 to 102 northern portions of Acadiana, upper 90s to low 100s, the I-10 corridor. Lafayette going to come in probably at 101. And over 100 to 101 in New Iberia, Abbeville as well. Most of us a degree away from the hundreds. And once again, as we head into tomorrow, that heat is going to be on instead of a heat advisory. We are under an excessive heat warning again for heat indices that are going to go probably as high as 118. That's what we saw today, between 113 and 118 for a 15-20 minute span. So a quiet night ahead as we look at your temperature, 79 to 80 the low. We're going 101 tomorrow. If we hit that, we'll beat the record of 99 set back in 1951. So it's been a summer of smashing records, whether they've happened in the 1800s or the 1900s or the 21st century. We've been doing it, and more record heat. Look at this, 101 to 102 through Monday. A little bit of a break, but not much at all with the threat of scattered showers and thunderstorms. But look at those daytime highs, upper 90s to near 100. At least over the next 8 to 12 days. Probably a change in 15 days, but we don't do a 15-day forecast quite yet.
So let's
let AI do that.
Let's talk about these H's. High pressure.
Hot.
Keeps it hot.
Yes.
But hurricanes away.
Correct. If you keep
Thank you, high pressure.
That, yeah.
There you go.
We're fine with that for sure. Thanks, Rob.
Thanks, Rob.
Still ahead tonight right here.